Last cycle, we looked at the Civil Rights Movement and the assassination of John F. Kennedy. We focused on the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the 1965 Voter Registration Act. We also looked at the assassination of John F. Kennedy. He was killed on November 22nd, 1963, in Dallas, Texas. He was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald from the Texas School Book Depository. And a couple days later, on November 24th, Lee Harvey Oswald was being transported from a municipal building in Dallas, Texas, to a nearby county jail, and he was assassinated by Jack Ruby, who was a nightclub owner in Dallas, Texas. Once John F. Kennedy was assassinated, the next president became Lyndon Baines Johnson. He was the vice president at the time, and his background was he grew up in a very poor area of southwest Texas. He was a teacher and he entered politics. He became a representative in the United States House of Representatives from the state of Texas and then became a senator from Texas. He actually ran for the presidency of the United States in 1960 and lost to John F. Kennedy. And then Kennedy asked him to be his vice president. So when Kennedy was killed, he became the president in 1963. When Kennedy passed away, Lyndon Johnson wanted to continue Kennedy's legacies and goals, and as mentioned, he got the Civil Rights Act of 1964 passed and the Voter Registration Act passed in 1965. His biggest domestic agenda was his war on poverty, and he did that through his Great Society programs. One program that he started and was able to accomplish was the Economic Opportunity Act, which created a Job Corps training people in poverty and women. He also started VISTA, which was focusing on improving lives for people in inner cities and on Indian reservations. And he also started the Head Start program, which is still in existence today, and that gives education to children in low-income families. It helps them with their health and with their education, hoping to get them off to a good start educationally as they enter kindergarten. LBJ won the election in 1964, and that gave him an opportunity to advance his Great Society program. The Great Society program was based on a huge involvement from the government, and the government used taxes to create programs to try to end poverty and help people in the United States. Two of the most famous Great Society programs, as you've probably heard of, are Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare is a national health insurance primarily for people that are 65 and older in our country, and that is still in existence today. And then Medicaid is health insurance for low-income families and people with disabilities. Also, the Great Society focused on our environment, trying to improve water quality and trying to improve national traffic and vehicle safety. Also, the Great Society focused on elementary and secondary education, trying to give funds and improve schools in low-income areas. And all these programs were part of the Great Society, and it definitely helped end and drop the poverty line and rate in the United States.